Ultimately, the feds were on Big U for several years before they finally closed in, and he no doubt knew something bad was coming. On the 2-year anniversary of Rayshawn Williams' murder, North Las Vegas Police Department agents visited Big U's home.
This shit never ended, bro. This video about you, Fat. Let's get straight into this motherfucking video, bro. I don't gotta explain too much. You already know the drill, G.
Ultimately, the feds were on Big U for several years before they finally closed in, and he no doubt knew something bad was coming. On the 2-year anniversary of Rayshawn Williams' murder, North Las Vegas Police Department agents visited Big U's home, but he wasn't there. His wife then called him on his father's phone to warn him, with Big U sounding notably shaken, and then opting to stay away from home for a couple of weeks, something apparently out of the...
Do your homework on you fat wife warning him that the feds was on his ass. Do your homework on motherfuckers around him warning him that the feds was on his ass, and him still doing what he doing. This is sad. Mind you, he's 70 years old, bruh.
For his usual routine. Apparently the cops and the FBI tried to contact a number of people involved in the case, and every time Big U was one step ahead, even tampering with witnesses.
What? Do your homework on him playing chess. Do your homework on him playing chess and checkers with the feds, and the feds beating him at his own game because he thinking he a step ahead. Listen to your boy. That's crazy work right there.
And attempting to make sure their statements were not incriminating. Big U was being surveilled heavily in the lead up.
With witnesses, you know what I'm saying? Like, tell a motherfucker you will get them knocked off. That's crazy work. That's crazy, G.
The arrests. The criminal complaint would break down details of all the times that Big U was recorded, bragging about using violence and fear to control his communities. And he would seemingly be pulled over and served a warrant for his DNA sample in the summer of 2023. In the lead up to the arrest, the 600 and WACK begun circulating the rumors of this case getting serious. Big U took to social media to say that the allegations were untrue and that people blame Big U for everything, alluding to new rumors that he was involved in the murder of Fats, Nipsey's best friend.
Don't worry about this.
I ain't gonna lie, I was hearing stories about that. I was hearing about how he had something to do with Fats end up dying and shit. Or Fats end up getting RIP, should I say. I ain't trying to be rude or nothing, but I heard he had something to do with that shit. Keep it a million with y'all. That's crazy work right there too. That's why I'm saying, like, if you got Fats knocked off, that mean you got Nip knocked off. That mean you got what's his son best friend name? He got him knocked off too. I can't even think. This whole situation is just chaotic, bro. For real. Because this nigga 70 years old, 80 years old. Nigga, you have a son that's in the NFL. You on this type of time, nigga. Like, you supposed to be sitting back, relaxing, being proud of your son for making it out the motherfucking hood. He doing something better with his life, bro. This some backwards ass shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. How is your son in the NFL? He not in the street shit, but you is. How? And you still fucking with this shit? How? Like, y'all gotta understand where I'm coming from, bro. It just backwards to me. It makes zero sense to me at all. Like, huh?
Man,
y'all understand, bro.
These lanes make money off of using Big U name. One thing is for certain, right? Everything they say Big U did it, man. They got me doing so much. I don't even know what. I don't even know what I'm talking. Then I didn't do it.
That's like you know, he did all the stuff he accused of.
They say, y'all, you know, it's another new one too. I got into it with
like the extorting shit, far as telling motherfuckers to check in, this and that. I believe that. I believe you was telling motherfuckers to do that shit, bro. And telling them if they wanted to go over there or go over that. You know what I'm saying? They gotta pay a little fee. I believe that shit. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go to that gas station, you gotta give me $18,000. I believe that shit. You know what I'm saying? You want to go to that corner store over there to go get you some t-shirts or whatever. You gotta pay me $10,000. Listen to your boy. I believe it.
Let me give y'all information. I ain't never got into a Fats. Fats is my little homeboy. Ever in my life, me and Fats ever got into it with nobody. You really stupid. And you really. It's the biggest selling name on the West Coast.
Oh, you dumb. You stupid. You fat. You getting on all these motherfucking cameras and just blah, 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 blah. Every camera, bro. Once you get the motherfucking spotlight, you just running your goddamn mouth to incriminate yourself. Like, what the fuck? That's how all y'all got caught up, literally, bro. Listen to your boy. Motherfuckers ain't have to sit up there and tell on y'all, bro. The shit was on the internet. Like, that's what motherfuckers don't understand. They don't realize it. Nigga, once you put something on the internet, nigga, it's up there. You could think you deleted it, this and that. Nigga, you gotta understand, motherfuckers repost that shit. Nigga, once it's up, it's up.
Let's say Big U name. You want to sell something, Big U. They want to do something, Big U. They want to do Big U. Big U. Y'all don't get that yet?
But it was on the 17th of March 2025 when the music would finally stop and the feds would close in on Big U and the Rolling 60s. A huge 107-page criminal complaint would be filed outlining the sordid details of Big U's alleged criminal empire that had terrorized LA.
They got tired of your shit, man. They said, fuck that, bro. We gotta pick him up before the Olympics. We gotta hurry up, clean this shit up. Listen to your boy. Everybody getting picked up. Y'all want me to react to the Lil Durk, his shit, y'all gotta like hit the like button and shit, cause we got some new information on that. He might be getting out. You know what I'm saying? They got something to do with the prosecutors doing some bullshit in this case. I can't explain, you know what I'm saying, too much of the details and shit, cause I don't want to spoil it. That's why I say if y'all get this to at least 5 likes, 15 likes or some shit like that, bro, I'll react to the video and shit, bro. But the prosecutors apparently did some fuck shit. And he might be getting out. That's what they saying. Listen to your boy. I don't mean to be all over the fucking place, but I'm high as hell right now. Do your homework on that.
Years, and 2 days later, arrests would be taking place. The operation, called Operation Drawdown, no doubt titled to make a tongue-in-cheek reference to the downfall of Draws, aka Big U, was announced by the LA District Attorney and the FBI in a press conference that described Big U as a career criminal.
Today, when the FBI do a press conference and this and that, nigga, that's how you know it's over with. That's how you know it's over, yeah. The FBI, yeah, bruh. Yeah.
Here to announce federal criminal charges against Eugene Henley Jr., a career criminal known as Big U, who used his contacts and leadership role in the Crips criminal street gang, the entertainment industry, and a youth charity to further his own criminal enterprise. An enterprise that engaged in murder, extortion, robbery, COVID fraud. Henley engaged in a murder of a musician signed to his label in 2021 and dumped the victim's body in Las Vegas off of the I-15 freeway. He then attempted to evade and obstruct the investigation into the murder, including ordering witnesses not to speak with law enforcement.
The DA would
That's crazy word. You over here ordering motherfuckers not to sit up there and blah, 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 blah. It don't work like that. Listen to your boy. Especially if a motherfucker not down. If they not like that. If they not with the street shit, you can't just tell them to sit back and be quiet, because they not. They not like you, bro. They not gonna sit back and keep it solid. But you not realizing the whole entire time you self-snitching. Listen to your boy. That's why I say this shit is played out. This street shit. Hell, everybody done told. In some motherfucking form, in way and fashion, bro, somebody done told on themselves. Like, that's why I say this shit is old, it's washed up.
revealed that they had been following Big U's podcast activities as part of the investigation.
Here, as I said, Mr. Henley is a widely known leader within the Rolling 60s. He rose to prominence in that gang decades ago, and he has since been a fixture on the internet, talk shows, and podcasts. All things that law enforcement have looked at closely as part of this investigation.
The criminal complaint was surprisingly comprehensive and revealed that the feds had been looking into the case since February 2021, just a week after the murder of Rayshawn Williams.
God damn. Do your homework on you having something to do with RW, you know what I'm saying, your son's best friend getting RIP and the feds investigating you afterwards. Told on you around that time, G, because how all of a sudden they just started investigating you, bro? How all of a sudden they just started investigating you all of a sudden like that? Somebody told on you, G. Somebody told on you. Somebody said enough was enough. Listen to your boy. You mean to tell me, bro, a week later after your son, best friend, ended up getting RIP by you, they investigated you? They started looking into, yeah, somebody told on you, bro. Somebody told on you, G.
You as the leader of the Roland 60s Crips, running it as a mafia-like organization. It used wiretaps, planted cameras, cell site information, as well as search warrants of social media, iCloud and Google accounts, and financial records belonging to those involved in the alleged conspiracy, even using undercover agents to buy guns and drugs from people involved in the conspiracy. Big U, Loose Cannon, and even Brick Baby, who wasn't even named as a defendant in the complaint, had their phones tapped by the feds, and hidden cameras and bugged microphones were even planted at local.
Damn. And that should tell you right there, Brick Lady, that they was investigating your ass. That tell you right there how long they been investigating Brick Lady. So they've been investigating him since 2021. They've been investigating him since 2021, bro. That's crazy word. Everybody saying 2023. No, bro. Because up in here, they talking about his phone got tapped. And if your phone got tapped, and they listening to what the fuck you saying, that mean they investigating you. That mean they taking down notes and shit. So they been investigating your ass for 4 years, Brick Lady. That's tough. And didn't you just get out after that? Like, motherfuckers are institutionalized, bro. Motherfuckers love going back, bro. Because they can adapt to society. Listen to your boy. They can adapt to society, bro. Telling you.
They were known to visit. The criminal complaint even claimed that Big U and the gang were using podcasts and online documentaries as well as interviews to make the public fear the Big U enterprise. Shout out to the FBI agent that's getting paid to watch this one. Thank you for your service. And the feds would even directly cite comments made on the No Jumper podcast as evidence. It was also stated that while Brick Baby wasn't a main defendant in the Operation Drawdown, he had a separate sealed indictment pending for a different case. Brick Baby's indictment revealed 2 counts for illegally having guns and bullets. One of these incidents allegedly taking place on the 12th of June 2022 when Brick would reportedly shoot a 9mm handgun in the parking lot of the business, with a second incident taking place on the 23rd of June 2023 when Brick would be arrested by the LAPD, who allegedly found him with 3 guns and more than 130 bullets, and since some weapons and ammunition may have come out of state, this immediately triggered federal charges. The paperwork would also show Brick's earlier criminal history at the time of this arrest, ranging from 2010 to 2020, including reckless evading, 2 counts of possession of controlled substances, criminal threats, and robbery. Hey, who said Brick ain't got a rap sheet, huh? And while Brick would not be charged on the
they finna make you sit down, buddy. They finna go off your pass and make your ass sit down.
The feds would note that Brick's case may be related as it arises out of the same conspiracy. It would be revealed in news reports that hundreds of agents had executed simultaneous arrests targeting 19 defendants identified in the case.
Now, this morning, hundreds of agents and officers, including multiple SWAT teams, executed multiple arrest warrants for many of the 19 defendants charged in this case. Search warrants were executed at 6 locations. Those searches continue to be underway. 4 of the 19 defendants were already in custody, and 10 defendants were taken into custody in the last 24 hours. And while we're still seeking the whereabouts of 5 individuals, 3 of whom we believe we will have in custody shortly, 2 defendants are considered fugitives.
Approximately 10 defendants were arrested, including Loose Cannon and Brick Baby, with footage of Loose's arrest being filmed by his wife circulating online. But interestingly, at the press conference, it was announced that Big U was a fugitive.
Looking dumb as hell, yeah. Sitting up there running your mouth on a goddamn podcast. Yeah, licorice. With your dumb ass.
And was still at large, despite the criminal complaint and pending charges.
Mr. Henley is a fugitive, and he is currently wanted by federal law enforcement.
The news would continue to report on the arrest, proudly showing collages of those targeted. Big U had been on the run and released a statement saying that he was with his family and planning to turn himself in, as well as suggesting that the case against him wasn't true and that he was just being hunted for helping black people.
This is my last video before I turn myself in. I'm with my family. Talk to to my sons, I talk to everybody, man. I'm just saying, gonna deal with this fight, see what it is. Just want to try to know. All this stuff is quagmire. So, I just need y'all prayers. Need y'all to...
Nah, everybody needs to pray for you and this and that. Nah, nigga, like, nah, bro. Matter of fact, I take that shit back, nigga. You gonna need all the prayers you need, bro. Like, you gonna need them prayers, all right. Pray to Allah. Keep it a man with you, like, you need something to believe in, cause it ain't looking good for you. Now that I think about it, it ain't looking good for you, brother. Like, it just ain't. You know what I'm saying? Every day it's a new story about you, you fat. It's a new story about you extorting motherfuckers. Or you doing some dumb shit. Or some fuck shit. Listen to your boy. Left and right. Popping out of the woodworks. It's a new story. I'm telling y'all.
I don't even know what to say. 21 years,
good, man.
Elevated my family, come back.
This the fall in the
being right, bro. And do what I need to do until I can come back home.
Like, what is Netflix doing, bro? Like, what is Tubi doing? Like, y'all supposed to be having this documented, like Hulu series. Like, we need something, bro. The fall in the You Fat, you know what I'm saying? The fall in the Roller 60s. Like, where's the documentary at? I'm kidding me with y'all. Like, where is it at? I'm just saying, man.
Does it help me? I hope you help me. Hank, you don't worry about it. A lot of stuff y'all hearing is straight trash. And I appreciate the love and I appreciate the people who've been helping me. I don't know. It's hard helping black people. Not being hunted for doing it.
This nigga got a full gray beard, bro. Keep that in mind.
Reach out to anybody who can help me, y'all.
And he moving reckless.
Help my own family. Appreciate y'all.
Big U would then take to social media once again to elaborate further on his feelings. Firstly, denying stealing money from developing options and claiming that the money he took was simply a salary.
Like, why is you getting online even talking about this shit? That wasn't a good idea to make a video before you turned yourself in. That wasn't a good idea, bro, because now they could twist that up and say some other shit, which they did. Which they mentioned something about your last lie before you got locked up. They mentioned something about that shit. That's what I'm saying. You motherfucking slow. You dumb, bro.
He used to pay his bills and feed his family.
I'm looking at this video as I come in to turn myself in, and I'm disheartened by the fact that they trying to say that I stole something from Developing Option, or I used Developing Option for some front. Developing Option paid my bills. They paid my house note. They paid the bills from my family, the money I made from as an employee for Developing Option. I never mixed that with nothing. I didn't manipulate nobody.
But you was stealing shit from motherfuckers and making them pay a fee. Listen to your boy. Like, for example, you will steal a chain from such and such, and they had to pay $30,000 to get it back. Keep it a man with you. You would do fuck shit like that. You would steal a car from somebody and make them pay $300,000 to get it back. Like, come on, G. Like, you can't do that.
Steal nothing. We did PPP loans. We did 2 loans. And that's it, just like everybody else did. I didn't use no fraud. I didn't get none of fake names. And one of them we was paying back and one they forgave. You know what I mean? And the other one we attempted for and they didn't give us nothing for it. I filed my taxes and then coming around telling me I was using Developing Option as a cover. Cover for what? None of that's going to be true.
He would go on to claim that of the over dozen co-defendants in the case, many he doesn't even talk to.
Everyone knows you need a lawyer after a car accident and injury. But what if I told you there's a better way? One that gets you more.
The government putting this big picture, they want to arrest 21 dudes. Some dudes I don't even talk to. I don't even know nothing about.
That shit don't even matter, bro. The motherfuckers that you talking to, they associated with that motherfucker who they associated with. So that's how that shit be. Listen to your boy.
Sounded defeated in these clips and told followers to pray for him, reflecting on all his achievements that he had made over his last 21 years of freedom.
It is what it is. Church, just pray for me.
They gonna take this as you threatening the witnesses and shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, listen to your boy.
Pray for me.
That's why I wanted a good idea to make this video.
You look at what we did. You look at what I did. I've been home 21 years. It ain't over, though.
Big U would go on to say that he doesn't talk to any of the other people arrested and that the cops might as well arrest 600 and WACK since they're including his so-called enemies.
And then I'm looking at the people they arrested. How you gonna go arrest people that I don't even talk to? Everybody know I don't McKenna. Everybody know I'm Rippin. So if you went to arrest certain dudes, them was and put them next to me.
See? Like, it's cool to express how you feel, but when you get the name dropping and shit like that, that's when it's a problem. Listen to your boy, that's when it's a problem. That's when they gonna see it as you threatening them and shit. I'm telling you. That wasn't a good move to sit up there and name drop. It wasn't.
The dudes you gonna have to call themselves turn against me. Well, ain't no turn against me. You might as well go get 600 and WACK.
Big U even accused 600 of waiting outside of his house with the police to watch the raid, a response to the fact that he'd reposted footage from the raid on his socials.
None of us, it ain't nobody safe with these dudes. If these dudes feel like want you, how they going around talking about somebody's gonna raid my house before my house get raided?
I mean, that do make sense too, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do y'all know all this motherfucking information? How y'all knew this shit was going, you know what I'm saying, transpire and shit before it actually happened, you know what I'm saying? And that's why motherfuckers is calling wacko the police. Do your homework when motherfuckers calling wacko the police. Because how did you know all of this information? How did you know that, you know what I'm saying, they was taking him down in the rolling 60s? How did you know that? Before they did it, how?
How they there with the police? 600 was actually with the police when they raided my house. He's actually got video and footage of it, so y'all know what y'all dealing with. And I just want to say this to y'all: when they raided my houses and my property, they was asking about WACK, loose cannon, 600, and this internet stuff.
Elsewhere, Big U would also suggest that whoever takes his spot as the leader of the 60s community movement must be working with WACK100 to take that spot.
But y'all gonna be rolling with these dudes. I got the last thing to say. WACK said he's gonna destroy developing option, right? So who gonna replace developing option? Which one of you in the 60s gonna call yourself coming in? Because whoever try to come in, y'all the ones that's...
See, you gonna incriminate yourself more. Who the face of that shit? And woo. Who gonna be this? Who gonna be that?
Way. Believe that. So remove me to get me out the way for somebody else to come in who gonna cooperate. That's what the play is.
Big U went on to blame WACK for working with the FBI to try and take away his government funding.
100 times he was gonna take my contracts. He working with the FBI. The FBI went to the city 3 days in a row and told the city they didn't want nobody to give me no more money. They went to all these different...
Now, if that's true, that's crazy word. Listen to your boy. Do your homework on that being crazy word. I go threatening to take away your contracts.
And told all the different celebrities, don't give me no money, don't help me, don't do nothing for me. They going around scaring and intimidating everybody.
Now, Big U calling out people shutting him down and saying they were scaring and intimidating people was pretty hypocritical. But from here, he would continue to pull the race card and claim that the FBI are trying to shut down black men doing right by their communities.
Trouble. Like y'all don't understand what the FBI do to black men who try to help their community. I ain't been nothing but a help to our community. But I guess it is what it is. This the price of being black and trying to help somebody, trying to help your community and do what you can. You're just guilty because somebody else don't like you and they go on the internet and do what they want to and y'all gonna promote it. It's crazy.
Now, it's this sort of thing that made Big U so dangerous, allegedly harming his own community under the guise of helping it.
Yeah, you can't go around finessing your own peoples and shit, bro. You can't go around extorting the motherfuckers you closest to. You supposed to be rocking with. That's why motherfuckers turning against you and got a lot of stories and saying this and saying that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, man, you can't do that.
Hiding behind the race card when accountability came knocking, but ultimately, the facade had now been destroyed. The news would report on Big U going into FBI custody, describing him like a mob boss.
Breaking news, this just in, the FBI says that South LA crime boss Eugene Big U Henley is now in custody. Authorities say he ran a mafia-like organization while masquerading as a music mogul and gang peacemaker.
Some would report that the DA handling the case was looking at connections between Big U and Nipsey's murder as well. All this crazy news sent the podcast media space into a frenzy. A No Jumper News episode discussing the latest news went mega viral, reaching over 15,000 live viewers and racking up hundreds of thousands of views. Funnily enough, during a segment on the show while WACK100 was calling in, the full criminal complaint dropped online. I actually read this immediately and even sent Adam22 a number of screenshots of details that related to No Jumper and his podcast shows, including the show with Wack, as well as the section about Wack being confronted by the Rolling 60s at the show at the Novo. In response to this, Big U's nephew, Tiny Draws, would post about the podcast saying that those people don't do anything for their communities and are snitches. The news sparked a raucous debate.
Your uncle snitching on himself. What the fuck? They getting on these podcasts talking about what they done did and shit to motherfuckers. So telling what? Nigga, you telling on yourself.
Which went far beyond the walls of No Jumper. On social media, an apparent public hit was put on Christopher Lovejoy and Loose Cannon, and WACK100 would claim that Brick and Big U were named in a sealed court file tied to a case against the New Jersey Rolling 60s, a case that led to the battle rapper Sue Surf being sentenced to 5 years in prison.
In Jersey.
What did Brick ever have to do with them? You think Brick is in some way complicit?
Look at the room with operations, the Fed operations. Listen to your boy. That's the room of Fed operations right there. They all work for the FBI. Do your homework on that. You know what I'm saying? Surprisingly, all of them in the same room, surprisingly.
He had a sealed file, the exposures, prints, lavish, pulled it up, we tracked the case number back to Sue Surf. First we thought it was some dirt. It's not dirt. He got a sealed file, dope case, New Jersey. It's the same indictment. Sue Surf. I know it is.
On the 26th of March 2025, a full indictment would be returned from a California.
How do you know this information, WACK100? See what I'm saying? That's why motherfuckers call you the police. I know this information. I know it is. I'm just saying, man.
Grand jury, which formally charged Big U, they, Bearclaw, Loose Cannon, and two others with a litany of crimes. This reiterated the claims made in the prior criminal complaint, as well as provided several new key details and pieces of evidence that gave more insights into the alleged crimes committed, like pictures of the scene where Rayshawn Williams' body was found, or interesting details like the fact that Big U left the subpoena and a baseball hat associated with the Rolling 60s behind for the feds to find after they raided his home, and that Big U's social media messages while on the run were now being included as overt acts as part of the racketeering conspiracy. Sadly, it's not looking good for the Rolling 60 neighborhood Crips, especially Big U. In conclusion, it seems that Big U was perhaps one of the most infamous and feared Crips in LA history. No doubt he truly did run Los Angeles in a sense. Nothing could happen in the streets without him having a say, and if the indictment is to be believed, this was truly a dangerous man, willing and ready to kill at the slightest violation, a predator, preying on the weak and extorting those who were scared of his reputation with threats of violence that the whole city knew he was willing to follow through on. But really, this is also the story of a sick individual. I can't imagine how twisted someone would have to be to murder one of their son's childhood friends, one that they had personally coached in football as a
I wouldn't even, nigga, after that, it'd just be off. For real. I don't give a fuck if you my pops, nigga. You just killed my homie and shit. Nah, bro.
child, no less. If these allegations are true, then we're dealing with a very dangerous person who put zero value on human life and was willing to kill a child they had seen grow up.
On top of that, like I said, not only what you did, allegedly, not only on top of that, nigga, this could hurt your son's reputation. Not even reputation, this could hurt your son in the league. Him getting offers, him getting deals and shit. You know what I'm saying? You cool and everything, but you know what I'm saying? Because of who your dad is, we can't do this and do that with you. We can't do business with you because of who your dad is. Listen to your boy. He done messed up these opportunities for his son and shit, bro. That's how it'll affect his family and shit. I'm keeping it in with you. it's not looking good. It's over with. You know what I'm saying? You cool and everything, but your dad extort motherfuckers, so we don't know what you'll do to us. I'm just saying, man. But till next time, y'all subscribe to the second channel. It's called Yo Terrell Reacting Again. Fires content being produced over there. Yo, this point, man. Y'all go subscribe to my third channel too. Terrell be hotboxing, man. Do y'all homework on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking over with this shit. You know what I'm saying? My weed reviews be fire as hell. So, like I said, I will be popping up pictures and shit. You know what I'm saying? Basically, I be doing my reviews on items that I don't like, and I won't recommend it to y'all. Like, if I do like it, I recommend it to y'all, basically. You know what I'm saying? So, do your homework on that. I'm all over the place. I'm high as fuck. Can't get my words out. None of that shit, bro. Y'all excuse me and shit. But, I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one, man. I'm out.